Well, today we are going to rebuild Olympique Marseille. Now, we all know PSG have a lot of money in the league. They spend quite a lot. PSG have a lot more money compared to the finances of Marseille, especially on Football Manager. They have £127 million in debt. If the goal is to become a better team than PSG in these 5-year rebuilds, that's going to be very tricky when they can just splurge hundreds of millions of pounds at every single
It's always
season.
been like this over all the years that they've been in the same league type of thing. They were known as, PSG was the rich team of Paris, and Marseille was the working man's team of the Football League. And it's always been like that's why they're arch rivals. There was always trouble at these games as well.
I mean, we do know that they had a little bit of money at the start of the 90s, didn't they? And they had some success from that because as we can see down here, a European trophy. It wasn't obviously the Champions League at the time, it was the European Cup. But in 1993...
No, actually it was Champions League.
Was it the Champions League?
It was the very first
Champions.
Champions.
It was the first one, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, under that title of the UEFA Champions League.
Right, okay.
They won the very first one, and they are the only French team
to ever do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Fair play. But they did have a little bit of money back then, and now is not really the case. And they actually have quite an aging team as well. We can see we've got Dimitri Payet as their captain, age 35. I mean, the things he did in the West Ham shirt, we all know in the Premier League was amazing. But they've also got the likes of Alexis Sanchez, who's at the side as well. Again, 33, coming towards the end of his career. Didn't really work out for him at Manchester United. Went to Inter Milan, kind of rejuvenated it, and he's there now. But there's a lot of lone players, to be fair. There's only really a couple of players that I look and go, you can build a team around them. One of them being their striker Vitinha, who we've signed previously on different rebuilds. Yeah, he's been very good as a striker from Braga. Now he's 22 and he moved to Marseille for £27 million in real life, which happened in the winter update. So we've got a couple of players that we can build around, but we've got a lot to do in that squad. Because as we can see, there's like 4 or 5 players who are starting 11 players who are only on loan. So,
it's a big challenge. I mean, you might stand a chance of winning the odd cup, but the league is you're up against PSG, and that's your main challenge is to beat them, really.
For sure. So let's take a look then. Now, I don't think I've made any transfers to begin with because, of course, we don't really have the money to do any of that. They haven't given us anything. So no transfers in, no transfers out. They did actually spend £70 million, which does surprise me, to be fair. But Paul Lopez and from Roma, they've picked up their 2 recent signings. Our tactics for this first season are 3 at the back, which I quite like. And then we've gone for almost... This was actually... It was kind of set up like this, is what... when you load up, as Marseille manager was saying, was their best formation. I've changed it ever so slightly because there's a player that I really want to play in this position. That's Veretout, who would play there. I just don't want to secure him there again because obviously for fitness purposes. But going forward, he is the perfect centre midfield on attack. So I don't want to restrict us by playing another defensive midfielder when he has the capabilities of going up and helping, especially when we've got 3 at the back. So I want Vitinha to play every single game. We've got 2 positions here for the likes of Malinovsky, for the likes of Amin Harit, Alexis Sanchez, players, and Dimitri Payet who can play in this position and create things from attacking midfield roles. And we've got quite a good fullbacks as well. Thus, just defence. We don't really have anybody who's amazing, to be fair. Eric Bailly's like our best centre-back.
He's an old boy now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's not old. He's just so injury-prone from Man United. So that's the only trouble that we've got there. But how has it done for us? I would actually say it's been successful.
It's a good start.
Yeah, we haven't played anybody amazing
we haven't played
yet.
anybody big yet.
No, and friendly-wise, I think we played it in the last couple of friendlies against Spurs.
Tottenham,
yeah. Reims, of course, with Will Steele as their manager. We beat them 4-0. They're actually a lot better in real life, I think, than what they are on Football Manager. But there we go. Brest, that's a naughty name. 1-0. Nantes, which is your favourite team, or Nantes. I never know how to say it because obviously Nantes in our language.
I think it's Nantes, I think.
Yeah, because Nantes in our language is a paedophile. So I don't want to say that, and then like French people get really offended by it. But there we go. 3-0 that we beat Nantes. 0-0 against Nice, which I would say is probably the most difficult game we've played so far, and it was away, so I don't think that's a bad result.
I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. And then finally a 4-0 win against Clermont, who just
so the teams that we should have beaten, we have, and comfortably.
I agree. Yeah. Our Champions League group, I'm actually quite happy with the Champions League group.
It's doable. Yeah. You get these teams at home, you're quite capable of beating them.
Yeah, I think that's a Champions League group of 4 teams that are usually the 3rd seed.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
And usually you normally get your Real Madrids or whatever in as the first 2, and then one of these teams in the 3rd.
Yeah.
But it's a full group of that. So I can't even pick who would go through.
Talking of the group stages for the Champions League, 2013, the only French team and the only top European teams, you know, they got all the top European teams. They were one of the highest teams. Actually, didn't get a single point in the Champions League group stages.
Oh, it was Marseille.
Yeah, they're the only team to do that, as in the French team and top European team.
Yeah.
So they hold that record for that as well.
Not a great record.
So they got the record for winning the Champions League
as
the only French team, and the only French team to get no points in the group stages.
Watch us double that now.
Yeah.
Right, okay, we'll simulate this first season. Let's see how we do. Okay, first season in second place, which, by the way, is exactly where they are right now.
Yeah.
As we're recording this, we've got a couple of games left. They look like they're going to finish in second place behind PSG. 91 points, that's enough to win a league in a lot of competitions after 38 games.
I mean, if you went back on that page you were just on then, we were there for the whole season as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If
we
not
were
top of the league most of the season.
Top of the league all the way up until the last few games, which is really unfortunate. And we lost the least amount.
Yeah.
We only lost
two games. We've lost 3, and we lost 2 in the last 3.
2 of them were in the last 3.
Who were they against?
Lille and Ajaccio. And then obviously if you counted that with the Lons 0-0, we also beat somebody 9-1 on shares, which they're actually quite good, but they did get relegated. They got quite good players.
So it wasn't even losing against PSG that cost us the league.
No,
it was losing against lower teams.
Yeah, so we kind of threw it away there at the end of the season. Vitinha got 35 goals this season, the highest in the league, with a league that holds Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. Vitinha was the one.
To say a few.
Yeah, so there we go. I mean, a little bit controversial about Messi, by the way. I mean, we're recording this a couple of days after.
What was he doing over there?
Yeah.
Who was he talking to?
Going over to Saudi Arabia, obviously, on a promotional thing. It means that they are absolutely just going to sack him off and be like, no, you're never playing for us again. Fair enough. But there we go. Okay, so Malinowski also got the most assists. He's only on loan, though, so he will go back to Atalanta unless we do a deal with him. But as we mentioned, the money situation at Marseille is not great. Transfer-wise, we'll take a look at that in a sec and see how much we've got for season number 2. But let's take a look now at our competitions, because quarter-final of the Champions League. I'll take that.
Definitely,
season.
And losing against Napoli, that's not a bad thing.
No, I mean, congratulations to Napoli, by the way. They won the league last night.
Any Napoli fans out there? Congratulations.
Yeah, the celebrations looked a bit wild.
Oh, brilliant, weren't they?
I think I could hear them from here. I had my window open, I could hear it.
What I thought was probably better was that there was a better crowd and better celebrations at Napoli's ground than there was with the ground that they played at.
Yeah. Mental. And then the 9th round of the Coupe de France, defeated by Lyon there. So not bad. But let's take a look then. Quarter-final by Napoli. They beat us 4-2 on aggregate. It went down to Liverpool beating AC Milan in the final. But the round of 16, we knocked out Chelsea. That's very good. Yeah. Very happy with that. And in the group stage, did we top our group? We did. We topped our group with Sporting coming in second. We beat Frankfurt both times and Sevilla both times. We only drew once to Sporting, and we lost against them when we travelled to Portugal. So that's a great first season.
The final there was Liverpool AC Milan. AC Milan's a team that we beat in the Champions League final.
That's correct, yeah. Now that was right at the back end of their fantastic dominant reign, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In European football, when they had the
they
three
have been
Dutch
in another
players.
final.
Yeah, who was that against?
They lost against Red Star.
Right, yes. That was only a few years before that as well.
1991.
1991.
Yeah. Lost in penalties.
Yeah, that's right. So that was right after, because I believe that a couple of those players from Red Star then got signed by AC Milan.
Yeah.
And I think one of the Serbians did obviously he was Yugoslavian at the time, but he got signed by AC Milan, then obviously lost in the final. Against Marseille after. But let's take a look then. Squad-wise, 44 goals from Vitinha this season in 49 games. Very good. Veretout got 14 goals. That's what I mentioned about him attacking from that centre midfield role. And Dimitri Payet got 13 with 10, but 12 goals and 21 assists. And then 10 goals and 12 assists from Amin Harit. Two long
We were
players.
unlucky not to win the league there, really. I mean, you just chucked it away at the end. But when you got that, 4 or 5 players scoring that amount of goals, you deserve to be where you were in the league, really.
Yeah, I agree. But I think our biggest trouble is going to be replacing these loan players. I think Amin Harit's a transfer that's done, so he is actually joined us on a permanent. And the Eric Bailly deal as well, but the rest of them aren't. Maybe we have deals to actually do that, but I'd have to look into it. But we've got nothing.
You're looking at, if we scored that amount of goals, we don't need strikers then, do we?
No, but we need a team, because we're losing a lot of players here.
That's the problem, isn't it?
And we've only got 0 in the bank.
Yeah.
We've got nothing. So we're going to have to try and do something with this. So we'll see. Before we take a look at the second season transfers, today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. Summer's coming really fast. Are you ready to reveal your beach body yet? Because my friends at Manscaped are there for you to make sure that you leave that Austin Powers chest hair back in the 70s. They have full body grooming and hygiene products, and if you grew some man tits like me in the winter, at least make them hairless. It's time for the hot guy summer, and I have 20% off plus free shipping when you use my code OMEGA at manscaped.com. The best value to help level up your grooming and hygiene is the Performance Package 4.0. From balls, chest and beards, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the focal point of the package. It's cordless, has fantastic skin-safe technology, and a light for shaving in the dark. Nobody likes nose hairs, do they? Well, the Weed Whacker got a recent upgrade to the 2.0, which is also included in the new Performance Package. The anti-chafing ball deodorant and ball toner will not only make sure you have the smoothest treasure chest on the beach, but the best smelling one too. You get the t-shirt, the wash bag, and the best boxers I have ever worn in my life. So make sure you get the right tools for the job. Head to manscaped.com, and I'll leave a link at the top of the description, and use my code OMEGA at checkout for that 20% off and free shipping, and feel confident for sexy boy summer. Now, there were a couple of players who were out on loan that came back to the club that I could actually sell for profit, and one of them I managed to sell to Manchester United, which was Milik, for £30 million almost, and I think that was a deal that I seen it and I thought, right, this is our lifeline to bring some players in. And
he's 29 as well, so that's not a bad age to get rid of someone, I think.
Exactly. I mean, he would have been a great asset to us, but with Vitinha up front, it was the position that we probably needed the least.
Yeah.
And I actually only brought in 2 players, and one of them was a striker, funny enough, but we'll see. Denis Vavro was a centre-back that I like the look of. He is Slovakian, big, he looks mean, doesn't he? I reckon he's smart in his life. So we've bought him from Copenhagen. He's played in the...
He looks like he's part of the mafia, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's played in the in Lazio, so he's played in Serie A. He's been around before, so in the big European league, so he knows what he's doing, I'd say. And yeah, he looks quite good, to be fair. And Roberto Piccoli from Atalanta was a £10 million deal, roughly about £11 million. 22 years of age, 6'3", good target forward. I like the look of him.
Yeah.
He scored 10 goals last season on loan at Empoli, which is not a very good team.
It's good in Serie A, though.
Exactly, 10 goals at probably a team that got relegated.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. So I think bringing those 2 players in definitely boosted us, and I've gone for something a little bit different. So instead of the 2 attacking midfielders, now we've got 3 up front. One is a complete forward on support role. That's kind of who I'm looking at, because we've also got, and the reason why I changed to a 3 up top was Luis Suarez came back from his loan spell at Almeria, I believe, and that's another guy that we can rely on up front to score some goals. He's a very good player that likes to beat the offside trap. I think he's going to be quite good for us this season.
I mean, it looks good, and you've got a hell of a strike force.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on your defence, especially playing in Europe.
Definitely. I mean, we've got 3 at the back. We've also got a defensive midfielder and 2 wing backs. It's just getting the ball up to them.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing, isn't it? But we'll see. I'm quite confident, to be fair. Pre-season, it did look quite good. We beat Chelsea 8-0.
Well, at the moment, that's easy. They can't score to save a look.
Well, yeah. I mean, Frank Lampard was there, and he was like, this was a great game for us, lads. Unlucky after we beat them 8-0. But we carried that on, Dad, into a 12-0 first game win against Brest.
That isn't the record, though.
Is it not?
No. In 1942-43 season, they actually scored 100 goals in 30 games, and one of the games was 20-2.
Oh my God.
And one player, and I've got his name here, one player called Asnor scored 9 goals in that game.
In one game.
And he scored the first, if I remember right, he scored the first 8.
Do you remember when we were growing up, we used to play a team called St. Clair?
Yeah.
And they were so bad that I remember once we were 15-0 up and they scored, and it was like they won the cup final.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
One of their players went, "Get the ball!" as if they were like 1-0 down, and they were going on a comeback. Absolutely fantastic. No, but 12-0.
Good. I love a result that is.
We absolutely demolished those tits.
Yeah.
Bless.
I love it.
Good puns. 5-2 against Montpellier and a 5-3 win against Rennes. So I don't like those goals.
Hell of a start.
But yeah, we're scoring so many. I mean, Vitinha,
the same
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals against Brest, and then 4 against Montpellier. He's got 10 goals in 2 games.
But the hard games start coming now, didn't they?
That's it. We've got some difficult ones, including Juventus in our Champions League group with Liverpool and Sturm Graz as well.
I mean, you're looking at third there, and you.
Yeah. We're looking at Europa League potentially as an option to go forward there. But then, you don't know.
You never know. You
could
like we always say, if you win your home games in Europe, you got a chance.
Yeah. I mean, fair play Juventus actually getting into the Champions League, considering that they had minus 15 points.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering whether they managed to win the Europa League last year, possibly. I can check that, to be fair. We'll see if they've actually done that. It doesn't look like they did. Or they did. No. So they've actually managed to get back into the top 4 with minus 15 points. Some record.
I think if I remember right, when we done the rebuild on them, it was because they got the minus 15 points, didn't they? And one of the viewers did come back to us and say, "You've done a rebuild, but we are doing so well that we've made up for those 15 points, so here you go."
Yeah, so maybe. But I've also done, in my Glory Hunter save, they almost got relegated.
Yeah.
They were like 3 points off being relegated, so it was a close one. Sometimes they can be terrible. It's that Gattuso meme in it. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's how Juventus played that season. Transfers, though, I think that was quite good, but maybe not quite good enough, because PSG, they probably spent quite a lot of money, and I think that maybe this is what we need to do, is have a look at each season how much money PSG are spending. Well, they only spent £26 million there, but they did buy Ruben Neves as well. So £54 million plus the 26 there, and they only sold 9. They're going easy on us, only spending 70 million.
For these people who buy Ruben Neves, everybody think he's good, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Check out that one. Check out that one. 2 weeks ago, Dad versus me. Let me know what your thoughts were on it. But okay, let's see how we do in this second season. Right, 3 points behind them this time.
It's better.
Yeah, but if we had last year's points, we absolutely smashed them.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Yeah, not great.
How many did we lose this time?
We lost 1, but we also drew 2. They also drew 2 at the end there. We lost to them, 2-1, away from home. So that was the title decider.
They only lost the 1 game. Who did they lose against, by the way?
Wow, they only lost 1 game. Monaco at home. Fair play.
Yeah.
We didn't have the top scorer either. Mbappe turned up this season. He got 34 goals. Vitinha got 28. But we did have Luis Suarez and Piccoli. Considering we got 3 strikers, Vitinha getting 28 is quite good, to be fair. Yeah. And Amin Harit and Veretout also got 12 assists each. Very good. All right. That's not too bad. What about the cup competitions, though? Could we win ourselves a Coupe de France? Maybe we drop down into Europa League? No. Oh! 2 semi-finals.
We're getting closer.
Wow. Okay.
The semi-final of the Champions League is the outstanding one there.
Yeah. Let's check out this one first. Now, Lille beat us in the semi. Then they faced Monaco in the final, and they won that.
Well done to them.
In the quarters, we knocked out PSG. Oh, wow.
That went down well.
4-1. Yeah. Absolutely smashed them at home. A really good result that is. But what we do want to see is that Champions League run. That is outstanding. We lost 2-0 on aggregate there to Manchester United. So from the group stage onwards, we finished in 2nd place behind Liverpool. We did quite well, to be fair.
Yeah.
We beat Juve both games.
Home.
Yeah.
Oh,
and beat Stern both times. We only lost to Liverpool. That's fair.
That's what happens if you win at home, though. You get the points in the bag, innit?
Round of 16, we knocked out Atletico.
One of the teams we've lost in the European Championship. I think it was the Europa League.
Yeah.
We lost to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. That must be quite a recent one.
I think it was 3-0. Yeah, it was 2018.
Yeah.
So
thought it'd be a recent one.
Yeah.
So that was the round of 16. The quarter-final, we then knocked out Liverpool, who topped our group, 6-4 on aggregate. One of the ties of the tournament. And then, of course, into that semi-final.
That's such a shame, innit? You beat Liverpool and lose against United.
Yeah. United versus Bayern. It was a replay of the 99 final, and United won 3-1
at Wembley as well.
Nice. Come on. Eric Ten Hag? Yeah, go on.
Get on, Eric.
The bold genius is what they call me. Great season. How many goals did all our players up front score? Vitinha got 37, Piccoli got 22, and Luis Suarez got 21. Very good. Dennis Vavro from centre-back got 17, Veretout got 12 and 19 assists, and Amin Harit got 10 and 13 assists. And some our full-backs here, Jonathan Klaus got 13, and our left-back, who was on loan the season before. Actually could be playing right back as well. He also got 16 assists, so very good season for them.
I mean, we're a good side going forward. It's just our defending it. Really. Yeah. But then to get to the semi-final of the Champions League,
not bad at all.
We didn't do bad,
a great season. Great for the finances, which we need to take a look at. Now, £29 million is a good transfer budget for France.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Maybe not so much for Europe. Finances, we've got a very healthy overall balance, but it's this that I'm more concerned with, because the debt remaining signing is still £180 million, which is always going to then hamper how much they give you in the transfer budget. We still, for now, have 100% of our transfer revenue made possible. So if we sell a player, we get 100% of it. But I have seen in the past that changes really quickly as soon as you go into pre-season. A lot of the payments get made. So, third pre-season. Who do we bring in? Okay, our third pre-season. Now, I spent a little bit more money right at the beginning as well. So I brought in Aaron from Mainz for £6.25 million. Really good left back. Fantastic crossing ability, good first touch, set piece taker. Yeah, so on the ball, I think he's fantastic. So he's more of an attacking fullback, which I quite like about him, to be fair. People I sold, I don't think I sold anybody else, to be fair. It doesn't look like it. A couple of players here were left at the end of the season, but nobody too special really. £7 million there, gone before we'd even really noticed the money coming in. After that, I did actually sign a player from Parma, free transfer. Again, Spanish centre midfield. This is more of like a backup option for FIRECUDA because he is 31 now.
Another team that we lost to go in the final.
Parma.
Yeah.
So 23 years of age, quite a young player, but he's rated quite highly as well, so that's quite decent. Centre back is a position that I think we are struggling with, and maybe a goalkeeper because we lost our backup goalkeeper. So I brought in Corsair from the Mexican League in America. So he's Uruguayan to begin with, but he's been playing in the Mexican League. Good centre back, to be fair. Not like groundbreaking. He's not world class in Europe or anything. He's 5'11", so maybe not the tallest, but he's got good positioning, good heading and pace and everything like that. But we've also brought in a goalkeeper. This goalkeeper is really good, by the way, if you're looking for a cheap goalkeeper, because although he's not amazing, he's only 26 and he cost me 3.5 million.
When I was looking for a cheap goalkeeper, you didn't tell me about him.
We were against each other. I'm not going to go, I'll tell you what, Dad. I'm going to help you out here. And to be fair, a lot of the time, it's what my scouts find me.
Yeah.
I just put in goalkeeper, which have already been scouted, and this guy had like a B+ or whatever it was. So I picked him up. That's the signings and who's gone out and who's gone in. We're going to keep with the same tactic because I think we're onto something with that free striker role. Getting to the semi-final of the European Cup is not a bad situation to be in.
I mean, we were close to the PSG as well, so...
Yeah, and I think all we've actually done is improve the side with those signings and not make it any worse. So Vitinha playing in that middle role is exactly where I want him to be again. How have we played so far? I would say it's gone back to where we were roughly the first season. Yeah. We haven't played anybody really good yet, and a draw against Nice
and
again.
We haven't scored a lot of goals, not this time. That's the worrying thing. But it still
compared
wins,
to,
isn't it?
Compared
still
to
3
last
points.
Season. Yeah, so a 1-0 against Nantes. We got a 4-1 against Brest. We battered them again, and a 3-1 against Lorient at home to end things off. We've now gone into the Champions League phase. Hate it, but there we go. I'm still not coming around to it.
Nope.
Still not coming around to it. But these are our fixtures. We've got Benfica, Besiktas, Atalanta, Man City, Dinamo Antwerp, Inter Milan and Chelsea. Those final two are very difficult.
Some great games at home, though, weren't there?
Yeah.
But you always talk about the last two games, don't you? And yeah, it's not easy, is it? Inter and Chelsea.
No.
But then we did do Chelsea over, so...
I always look at those two because whenever I'm doing like a series like Glory Hunter and I'm looking to see whether we can get to the next round, I never really pay attention until it gets to those final two games.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh crap, we need to win both of these or we should be comfortable. Inter Milan and Chelsea as those two final games is going to be very tricky indeed. Okay.
I think we'll do it.
Do you reckon we'll qualify?
When you look at the other games, we've got a
I
really
definitely
good
think
chance.
we'll get through to the bit where you have to play a playoff.
You're only looking at Man City, Inter and Chelsea really are going to be the real hard games. The rest of them, you're quite capable of winning.
Winnable. Yeah, for sure. All right then, let's simulate the third season. Let's see how we do. Third season, and again, we're in second place. And again, we're only within a whisker of PSG.
Yeah.
We've just seen, I mean,
we're there all again.
Second, first a few times as well. Yeah, we've been up chasing them, to be fair.
Such a shame.
We actually had a good end of the season as well.
Yeah.
We won 4 out of our last 5 and drew 1 as well, but they also... both teams only lost 1 game. They lost to Lens, we lost to them.
So really that 1 game cost us the league, really?
Yeah. I mean, points-wise, no, but...
Well, it is, because we would have had 3 points and they'd take 3 points off.
True, yeah, true. 6-pointer, yeah, you're right. But yeah, that's annoying that you only lose 1 game all season and you still come second, isn't it? It's very, very frustrating. Vitinha, 25 goals in behind Kylian Mbappe's 34, but again, Luis Suarez and Piccoli up there with the highest average ratings. I think we're still, like, we're just chomping at the bit, aren't we? Just waiting for them to muck up. We're waiting for them to have a bad season.
And that's the problem, isn't it? If they don't, we'll come second every time. And
I mean, I always said
you get nothing for second.
I remember doing the Toulouse lose youth to gold save this year, and I'm mentioning that the French league, it's easier to win the Champions League than it is to win the league.
Yeah.
I believe, as another team outside of PSG, because you need them to have a bad season.
It's been proven history, isn't it, that PSG never win the Champions League.
Yeah. So it probably is easier. All right, how have we done in other competitions though? Round of 16 by Tottenham Hotspur and semi-final by Monaco. Okay, so they went on to face PSG in the final. PSG got the double this season, the domestic double. Did they win the Champions League? No, they got knocked out by Barcelona in the round of 16, the same as us. Man City beat Real Madrid in that final, but let's take a look. We did play in that playoff, so we did only qualify in the top 26, whatever it is, and we only beat Werder Bremen on penalties. So to be honest, we didn't have that good of a Champions League phase either.
4 teams not bad though.
4 wins: Antwerp, Dinamo, Atalanta, Besiktas.
So it's all the teams I said we should beat, really.
Yeah, we drew to Inter Milan. I guess we lost to Benfica. Yeah, Benfica, Chelsea, and Man City.
Yeah.
All right, that's disappointing, but still, I kind of expect that, really. One more win would have took us just outside of the top 8 anyway, so it's not like it cost us. Not like we were 1 win away from getting that automatic and a better draw in the final. But how about the goals then? So we've got 32 from Vitinha, 28 from Luis Suarez, 18 from Piccoli. Has he been out for a while? Torn hamstring in the 3rd of May, so he missed the end of the season there. And 15 assists. I mean,
60 goals in 2 players is really good.
Yeah.
You know, they deserve a little bit better than what they're getting at the moment, don't they? But
definitely. Aaron got 24 assists as a new signing. That's very good.
Yep.
18 from Jonathan Klaus, who's playing on the right. He's 32 now. Maybe we have to look at replacing him eventually. And 15 assists from Amin Harit. Remember, you can pick this up on the patreon.com/Megaloot Gaming, the £5 tier. At the end of this 5-year rebuild, Dan will set you a task. So
I think we all know what's going to be at the moment, don't we?
Yeah, it could end that way. And also, if you're into wrestling, by the way, I've got loads of dates coming up. A few title matches.
Yeah, some big ones, mate. Well. Big ones, We're looking forward to them.
We've got a Reach Academy title match coming up, as well as the tag team titles. Can I be the tag team champion of Devon, and can I be the Academy champion? So if you are interested in coming to watch, or you just want to watch them, contact me on social media, on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, and I can either send you the link for tickets.
I would say have a look. It is absolutely brilliant. It's a real fun night, evening, or whatever it is.
We can all shout Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
One of the fans in the crowd. He's about 70, and how he's not had a heart attack at a match yet.
Oh, brilliant. And he's so funny.
Yeah, but there we go. Right, on to the next season. How much money have we got to spend? 30 million. Still not a lot, but there we go. I'm losing players as well.
It's getting better, though.
Okay, one big transfer out. Luis Suarez. Gone to Manchester United.
That's a bad one for us.
80 million.
Don't blame you.
Yeah. I knew you'd change your tune. 20 goals he got for us last season. To 80 million, I snapped Manchester United's hand off.
You got to own you in our league, really.
I negotiated with them. I think it was around about £50 million they came to begin with, and I was like, no, 80. And they were like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't expect them to say it, but there we go. And that has allowed me to have a very good transfer window. My first transfer I brought in was a right back. I mentioned it before. He's French, Valentin Rozier from Besiktas. He was playing in the Turkish division. He's way too good to ignore at our right back situation. That dribbling and crossing. Absolutely fantastic mental attributes as well. It's a player I don't think I've ever bought before as well. I've been aware of him, I've just never bought him, but I think definitely worth it. He's got 1 assist in the first 2 games already for £10 million. I think it's a steal. One of my favourite transfers of this rebuild so far. But I know you're going to like this one, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Ivan Toney on a free. Really good, isn't it?
It's a good signing.
Yeah, really good signing.
Yeah.
There was actually 2 English players who were both strikers who were out of contract this summer. It was either Ivan Toney or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I went with Tony.
We're expecting to have a lot of penalties, are you?
Yeah. 18 for penalty taken. We'll see how many he gets at the end of the
season. Missed his first one the other day, though, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Quite surprised by that. I think that's the first Thomas Frank said, wasn't it? It's the first time he's ever seen him miss one. I know, I'd rather him be there instead of Erling Haaland. And we were all like, really? Really, Thomas?
Yeah.
6 goals in 4 appearances and a man of the match and an assist so far for Ivan in the French league. So he did actually get 13 last season. So I'm guessing he was expecting like a big move to one of the biggest teams in the Premier League. And he was like, I'll just go to Marseille instead then. Yeah, right. Now, we have spent elsewhere as well. My biggest signing of the summer was Kefren Turam. Fans of the Brighton save are going to know all about this guy because he is a fantastic player. He is son of Lilian Thuram.
Oh, right, yeah.
So his brother is also quite good as well, plays in the Bundesliga, but a fantastic centre midfield, and he's been really good in recent times in real life, which is why in Football Manager, he's had a huge boost.
Yeah.
Fantastic mental attributes, really good
there,
physicals. Yeah, he's only 24 years of age.
That's good, isn't it?
Can't make up his mind what nationality, French, Italian, and Guadalupe. But there we go, £26 million.
Talking of foreign nationalities, I've got a little story there, really.
Go on then.
In 1972, the president of Marseille, or as the locals call them, OM, they he resigned from Marseille because that particular year you were allowed to have 2 foreign players in the team. Yeah. And he wanted 3. He wanted to sign another player, and he threatened to take Marseille out of the league.
Right, okay.
Because the federation wouldn't allow them to go to 3 foreign players, so he resigned.
For his toys out the pram over 1 player.
Yeah, but he really nearly took Marseille out of the league.
Yeah.
So, but no, sorry, didn't resign. The committee sacked him. If I remember
right, okay.
They sacked him because he was threatening to take the team out.
Yeah.
But that's what he threatened to do.
I mean, it's a rule it's weird, isn't it? Because like now we just take for granted that in most teams there's going to be loads of foreign players, and that's the norm, and it's kind of like encouraged now. Yeah. But in like early 90s, there was a time where Man United were terrible in the Champions League because they literally couldn't even play Ryan Giggs or Roy Keane. Yeah. Because they were classed as foreign.
And they're not really, are they?
Well, no, because they both grew up in England.
Yeah, they're British.
Yeah. So they couldn't play those players, so they were restricted to like 2 or 3 in Champions League. So they were terrible in Europe.
It's a subject that we've spoken about many times, haven't we? Do you agree with it or don't you agree with it? A rule of being like sort of so many foreign players in a team. I think it should be. I think it should be like 4 or 5 foreign players in the starting lineup only. Yeah. The rest should be homegrown.
I don't really care now. I used to.
That's why the Premier League is the best league in the world, isn't it? Because we took away the rule and we let. I mean, Arsenal played.
But it's also the hardest. It's also the hardest league to sign a foreign player in because of work permits.
Oh
and
yeah, definitely
like that.
But I just think for the sake of an England football team,
Dad, we've gone past. We need a lot more than that. We need miracles. We also need a good coach.
It's money that talks, though, isn't it? At the end of the day, the Premier League is the best league in the world because of money-wise. That's where the money is for the players, isn't it? Yeah. If we had that rule in that you could only play 4 or 5 foreign players, I don't think the Premier League would be the best league in the world. No. Because the money would have gone somewhere else.
But I look at who have been winning competitions, like the likes of Italy, obviously, when they won the Euros. Now the team's actually not very good at all. France, obviously, who won the previous World Cup. They don't rely too much on players from their clubs.
No.
But we, as England, I think we're quite hypocritical. Yeah. And the reason for it is we want to have restrictions so that we can grow our own players and make sure they get enough game time in our league. But how many English players do you see go abroad?
Not many.
Not many.
No.
And when they do go abroad, like Gareth Southgate's like, well, you're off. You're no longer English.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
I'll agree with that. Chris Smalling, they are way better than Eric Dyer, but they never get seen.
I think Chris Smalling plays better than Eric Dyer.
Tammy Abraham, he's been overlooked really as a starting player for a while.
He's my boy, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think we're quite
buy him for Christ's sake, will you?
I think we're very hypocritical with that. But there we go, Kefren Turam. I think that's a good signing. We're on a bit of a tangent there, don't we? I'll come back and I was like, where were we? Yeah. Kefren Turam, 3 assists in his first 4 games. Nice. Gabriel Veron was another signing that we picked up here. Brazilian, who can play on both wings, but you can also play up front because we're not really playing the wingers. I picked him up really as like a backup striker, if anything. He's young as well. Only £12.25 million. He's been at Porto, not really getting a lot of game time. But I think my favourite signing, actually, of the summer was Mohamed Simakan. I actually really like this player. A good centre-back who is, again, French and not been playing that much for Leipzig. Only 16 games last season with only 4 starts. He needed a bit of a rescue as well. £9.75 million, and I've been starting him, and he's been doing all right, to be fair. I want to see what he can do for us this season. So we've actually made money here because we only spent £48 million plus the 9 last season, and we made 83 in transfers. So financially, it should actually help us. I mean, it doesn't look like it's too much because the debt hasn't gone down hardly anything. But there we go. If we take a look at actual finances, £159 million in the bank. Tactically, exactly the same. I'm not going to stick in even the player. What I haven't done yet maybe is pick a best 11, so maybe you can see that at this point because we've got the likes of Guendouzi, obviously ex-Arsenal player there, Caceres and Bellardi. We haven't really mentioned Bellardi yet.
I would Tony right down through the middle as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how we go with him playing in that role because Vitinha has been nailed in that position pretty much the whole time. Now, schedule-wise, we've done very well. Our first Trophy de Champions because obviously PSG won both,
yeah,
the cup and the league, so we played them as the second position. We beat them on penalties. That's a good sign.
That's a good start now.
Then we had an actual difficult game in the first 5 games with Monaco. We beat them 2-0.
Ivan Toney penalty. First league game.
First one. Bordeaux, we beat them 4-2 away from home. They got themselves promoted after their relegation recently. A 6-1 win against Montpellier and a 2-1 win against Rennes. So
here's the next game. Look at the next game.
PSG is next as well. Just typical, isn't it? Now, our Champions League phase. Ajax and Real Madrid gives us a tough start. We even have a tough middle, really, with Atletico and Bayern.
And Newcastle.
And Newcastle near the end as well with Partizan away in Serbia, which is never an easy time, is it?
No.
But there we go. Right. Predictions of this? Do you think we'll go through?
Yes.
Yeah. In the top 8 or the top 26?
Top 26.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how we do. Right. We're 10 points.
Oh, we got further away this time.
Yeah, we are not doing that well there. We had a bad end of the season as well. Really bad.
See,
they threw it away.
They lost double the amount of games they lost last season.
Yeah. We only lost 4, but it's just a terrible record.
Look at our finish of the season, though. Look.
Yeah.
1 game out of the 5 that we won.
Yeah, it is bad. We've also gone down now to just the 18 teams in the league because the French league is actually changing into that. So they're actually reason why we have relegated
just looking
4.
back at that again. Go back over the season. Where were we in the season? Because if you look at our last 5 games, we lost 3 and drew 1.
We were top majority of the season, and then we lost it on match day 26.
If you look at we lost 3 and drew 1, and we were 10 points away. Lost 3, that's 9 points. Drew 1, that's 11 points.
So where we watched it, we beat PSG 3-1. That next game we beat them 3-1.
We were top of the league.
And we were top of the league all the way until match day 25 where we lost to Lyon. Nope. We lost to Nice 3-2. So it's a bad result, which cost us because PSG was just there waiting for us. Like, the day that we beat them, they dropped down a third, and that was it. They were just there behind us the whole time, just preying on us. Man City and Arsenal. That's what that is.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Man City and Arsenal. Yeah. But there we go. What about other competitions, though? How have we done in other competitions? Maybe we've won a Coupe de France, and that's the reason why our end of the season was bad. Oh, my God. Oh.
So we're getting better. We're getting better.
Runners-up of the Champions League. I seen the trophy, and I thought,
I did as well,
on it.
So we lost in the semi-final.
Semi-final of PSG, who faced Monaco in the final again and beat them, so they've won the double again.
So, come on in. Just don't beat PSG.
Liverpool.
3-2.
Liverpool. Jude Bellingham hat-trick.
All 3.
Yeah.
Good old Jude, there's another player there, look.
Oh, hey,
it's funny they keep cropping up my players, don't they?
Yeah. All right, keep spoiling it. People who haven't watched it now, they know your whole team. You've mentioned 4 of them. You going to mention your birthday again in this one, do you think?
Do you know, July the 13th, and I've had a few viewers have text me and saying, hey, it's the same day as mine. So
you're under like your number now, are you?
What a day, yeah. Anybody want my address for my birthday cards? Just put it on, I'll get
Rule number 1, never give out your address on the internet, Father. Come on. Right,
what do you mean? I'm going to give it to your address and you give them to me.
Maybe we'll set up a P.O. box for your birthday. Yeah. That's not bad though, is it?
That's bloody good.
3-2 in the final.
You've got to be happy with that, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, obviously, getting that far. But there we go. We finished in the top 8. We had a very good top 8. We won 5 games. We beat Lazio and Ajax, and we mentioned that Atletico. We drew 2 to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, and we only lost to Newcastle.
And to be honest with you, I'd have put down Real Madrid would have been the only game we'd have lost.
Yeah, really good first 8 games there, which obviously meant that we skipped over the playoff into the round of 16 where we knocked out Shakhtar. We had an okay run there.
So close, eh?
Quarter-final, we knocked out Barcelona. Very good.
Yes.
Semi-final, we eliminated Milan, AC Milan, who obviously played Liverpool recently in a final, whereas Liverpool battered Man United 6-3 on aggregate there. Oh, that's so frustrating though, isn't it? 30 goals for Ivan Toney. We can see how many were penalties.
Free transfer, mate.
So he scored 4 out of 6 penalties this season.
Missed 2.
Yeah, he missed 2 penalties. That's
what a free transfer though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a great free signing.
Yeah.
Great free signing. Vitinha got 27 with 12 assists, who's become more of a provider, playing out on the right-hand side probably more than likely. And Piccoli, who plays a more complete forward role, had an amazing season still, but he only got 16 and 12. Still very good though. Gotta be happy with that. And our final season, they give us £28 million. You just wait until... so there's something I need to mention with this. The board have made 2 signings without me making anything.
Ooh.
So here we go, look. I have not made these signings. But for some reason, Gonzalo Inacio and Morato are both signing for us for £40 million and £30 million. However, if I go to my staff responsibilities and transfers, I'm in charge of all the transfers.
So what happened there then?
So the board have gone out their way to sign players.
There's a funny thing about Marseille with the bit of fiddling going on in behind the scenes again.
Yeah.
In 1994, they were done for fiddling.
Yeah.
And also match fixing.
Both.
Yes. And if I remember reading the story, they played against a certain team and they needed to win, so they fiddled it. They give backhanders to make sure that they won, but they did not injure any of their players because they had a Champions League final coming up.
Ah, right.
So
that's probably the one that they won then.
Yeah, because they got done for it. They got relegated for two leagues.
Yeah,
they got put down in Division 2, and then they had a league title taken away from them because of it as well. There's always something going on with this team as well. You always find it with the foreign teams. There's always a little bit of backhanders going on. So why have we bought two Portuguese players?
So I've never seen that
from
before.
Portugal, should I say?
Yeah, but I've never seen that before.
I mean, you think you spent that amount of money? They didn't even give you that amount of money at the beginning of it.
But if you go into their milestones and transfers, it doesn't actually come up there, so I don't know why. I have no idea why. But when I got to the end of the season, we got 2 players joining, and I haven't touched it. As you can see there, my inbox 75 messages in there, so I haven't actually gone for any of this. We've literally just loaded in.
Let's hope they're
At
good
the end
then.
Of the season, we signed 2 players. Very bizarre indeed. But they are actually 2 really good centre backs.
That's fair enough.
Inacio is a fantastic centre back there, as we can see, and Morato very good again. And we signed him from Sporting and Benfica. So we're okay. We'll take it. We'll play free at the back. So that definitely helps us in this 5th and final season where we have £28 million to spend ourselves. So who do we bring in? Okay, the only few signings that I made after the fact was this one first. Maximiliano D'Alessandro. It's a regen. Another centre-back, £19 million. This one's more for you guys, to be honest, because I can't see me playing him too much. But he's 6'2". Argentinian plus Italian, so he doesn't count as the foreign rule in France because you're only allowed to sign 4 non-European players, but African players also count because of the French-African connection that they've got there. £5.75 million, I think, is an absolute steal, really good signing, I think that is. But we also signed a goalkeeper because our goalkeeper Paul Lopez left. Lucas Chevalier. He's French. He's only 24 years of age. We signed him from our rivals Lille, who would knocked us out of a couple of cups, to be fair. So I think that's quite a good signing for only £9.5 million. We also got a few free transfers as well. Casede, who is an Italian midfielder from Chelsea. Yan Couto from Manchester City as a backup right back, which I think is a good signing. And Beto, do you remember Beto?
Yeah.
We always sign Beto every now and then, don't we? And we've got him this time round as well. A really good striker. We picked him up on a free transfer. I could not turn that down.
Good squad
because I know how good he is for sure. But the best signing possibly is Ryan Gravenberch, which for about £14 million, a guy of this calibre, absolutely outstanding, really good in that CDM role, and absolutely takes our club to the next level in regards to squad depth, because we have slightly changed things now.
So with the 2 defenders that you didn't sign and the players that you did sign, we have actually made our stronger side.
Yes, absolutely, I think.
Our stronger squad.
And I've made it so that we've got another midfielder in there now with only 2 at the back. So I've changed it from what would be obviously the 3 at the back formation that we had previously. Our best 11 looks like this. So Gravenberch goes in that box-to-box midfielder role alongside Turan. We've got Guendouzi, Morato and Balerdi. So we still haven't got Inacio in the side. We've got Aaron, we've got Mbemba, Piccoli, Tony, Vitinha. But what a bench we have now as well.
When we won the league the very first time in 1937, we won it on goal difference.
Wow, really?
By 13 goals.
Yeah.
I'll take it this time, wouldn't you? I'll take it again now.
Oh God, yeah. We've come close, but
you're looking at, if you lose 2 games, you're out.
Yeah, so especially now that it's only 34 games.
Yeah.
But let's take a look. How have we done so far? Well, we actually lost our first game of the season, so that's 1 down.
Oh, no.
That's 1 down. But then we won 12-0. Why can't we just add a couple of those goals?
Yeah.
12-0, where Morato scored 4. Vitinha got 3. 4-1 against Brest, 4-1 against Lens, and we also beat PSG in the Trophy de Champions 3-2 with a couple of
we're beating them when we really need to be, in a 1 game off.
Yeah.
But at the end of the season, it never lies, is it? The best team always wins.
Manchester United, speaking of the best teams, are our first game in the Champions League. We've also got Napoli, Lillestrøm, Real Sociedad, Man City and Arsenal, PSV and Shakhtar.
Well, you're looking at you got 2 of the best teams in England, the best team in Italy. What chance do we stand there? 2
of the best teams in England with Man United and Man City. We've got Arsenal there as well.
2 of the best teams in England.
We got 4 on the bounce that are away as well, which I think is a little bit harsh, but there we go.
I think we'll still qualify. I'm going to stick my neck out and say we're going to qualify.
I think our team's good enough, especially in that top 26, wherever it is, for that playoff. And I think we should progress.
The last two games we should definitely. Last 3 games we should definitely win.
Yeah, 100%. Right, okay, let's simulate this 5th and final season. Final season, we've done it.
Get in. Yes, by a mile as well.
84 points to their 71. I mean, we said, didn't we? We need them to have a bad season.
Yeah, because we still lost 4 games.
Yeah, and they've had a really terrible time.
We didn't lose against them, neither.
No. 7 losses that they had. One of them was against us. They lost quite a lot away from home. We did say that we'd check how much they're spending, didn't we? They still got Gaultier as their manager. They spent £44 million there, 103. They bought Jamal Musiala, which is a big signing there.
89 million.
81 million the season before that. So Sadio Mane they brought in. They bought Jack Grealish and Urian Timber in 1 year. So
the one season they didn't spend a lot of money on is the one season we won the league.
Yeah. We'll take it.
Yeah, definitely.
So what does that tell you? Money buys you cups. So we win the league. We had 100 goals as well that were scored. Very good goal difference, 71 plus 71 goal difference. Really good for us. Ivan Toney was the top scorer of the league with 26. Vitinha got the highest average rating as well as.
Are we going to do the magic double? Are we going to do the magic double?
Possibly. Let's take a look. After that's 5 in a row as well for PSG. We just ruined their 6th. Did we win anything else? No. Coupe de France runners up. So we haven't actually won that cup. That's the closest we've come though. And runners up to Strasbourg.
We lost to Barcelona in the Champions League. So
we
qualified.
We got there. And it was PSG who eliminated as well, and so it's a El Clasico final, which Barcelona won after extra time.
El Clasico final is what they call the PSG Marseille games as well.
Oh, really?
El Clasico. I think it is.
So, in the quarterfinals, we eliminated Monaco on the French side. In the round of 16, we knocked out Liverpool. Getting a bit of revenge there after they beat us, obviously, in the final. We did play in the knockout playoff round, so we did not get in the top 8, but we did.
It was going to be hard to win it.
Galatasaray, yeah. I'd say, considering we faced Galatasaray, we're probably at the top end of it.
Welcome to hell,
in the middle.
Galatasaray.
Yeah. So, we were right in the middle there.
How did we do in our game then? Did we beat the Arsenal?
No.
No.
We did beat Man United. We also beat Napoli. We drew to Sociedad. We lost to Arsenal, City, and Lillestrøm.
Why the hell can you lose?
Come on, 13.16.
We must have already been qualified.
That would have put us in the top 8. Oh, that would have put us in the top 8 with 16 points.
Oh well.
Never mind.
Barcelona were top of the league, so we lost against the top team.
Unbeaten as well. Look. Yeah. So we had a good season nonetheless. 37 goals from Ivan Toney, 25 from both Beto and Vitinha, and 16 from Piccoli. So that's our four strikers there, all getting a lot of goals. With Aaron getting 23 assists there from left wing back. Financially, how are we looking? We got £200 million in the bank, which is amazing to be honest. You got 69 million. I told you, didn't it? 69 million pound to spend. The debt is down.
They gave him more than that last season, didn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't give it to you physically. They just bought 2 players for you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They were like, we're going to give you a budget of 100 million. Really? But we've already spent 80 of it. Oh, great. We've only got 48 million pound of debt left, which is not bad at all, really, considering that was at 100.
Yeah, but look how we've done in the Champions League, and that's where the money is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So really good season overall. Really happy with that. Dad, what is the task for the Patreon members should they wish to take this on?
Well, it was going to be win the league, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it still is going to be win the league. Win the league for the second time, but see if you can win us a cup.
Yeah.
I'm not worried which one. I'd prefer the Champions League Cup, but I'll take the French Cup as well.
The Coupe de France, yeah. Which is something that we haven't done.
That's got to be alongside winning the league. So it's got to be a double with a cup.
Clear the debts, win the double for us. Let's see what you can do. Let us know. Patreon.com/MegaLootGame. It's on the £5 tier if you want to use a tactic. Obviously, that comes with it. Don't go asking me, what's the tactic? Because I don't share tactics that I do on rebuilds or series because, quite frankly, they're untested. And I obviously do a lot of tactic videos where I test them vigorously. If I hand out one of these tactics and it fails for you and you go spreading rumours that our MegaLoot tactics suck, it's not my fault because you got it from the Patreon instead of me handing them out willy-nilly. So if you want the tactic or you want to play with a save game file, patreon.com/MegaLootGaming. Thank you very much. Again, if you want to watch the wrestling, either contact me or I'll leave it in the comments or the description of how you can buy tickets. A lot of my matches are around the Plymouth and Devon area. So if you'd like to come and watch maybe a weekend away with the missus or something like that, lovely area of the country.
And you'll meet both of us as well. It's even better.
Yeah, Dad always comes along. So it's a good laugh and you'll have some fun. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out the next Monday rebuild. We don't know what team it's going to be yet, but I really appreciate you all coming back every single week.
Yeah, thank you for the support, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely loving it. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.